How you guys doing? So today's video will be about another kind of new counter. I'm still kind of figuring it out. This counter works best versus teams without a pre-taunt. So like no trooper teams, just like marauder teams, which are actually, for me at least, with like the Padme team, it's actually like one of the harder teams for me to fight. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna show you guys this counter. And yeah, and also later down the line of this video, I want to chat more about just, metas, G-Money, and most importantly, this guy right here, Jedi Knight Revan, and how I think he single-handedly kind of ruined the power creep in this game, which I'm not sure if it was intentional or maybe it was not intentional, but I'm pretty sure it was intentional. I just want to chat about this game, but let's get into the counter for today. Pretty much this is going to be with your G-Money. I know a lot of you guys don't have him. I get it, but this is a Gear 9 G-Money with his Zeta on his Hero with No Fear, which pretty much, it reduces the target's max HP by 20% if the guy has no protection, aka Malak right here. So, in this counter, what you want to, for like the modding, I guess you could say, what you want to shoot for is high crit chance on your JKR and high crit chance on your G-Money. You want your G-Money to crit. Every time he crits, he's going to increase the cooldowns of the enemy. And he has 2 AoEs, so he's going to increase a lot of the cooldowns on his AoEs with his crits. 100% you can use this without JK, but I really wanted to test a team without Anakin, the my favorite Anakin, JK, not this G-Money garbage. But I really want to try a team without him because I like to think at least that Padme and that JK are the best two. You need them together. If you don't have them together, they're just not going to be good. Plain and simple, I think they really need to be together. And with this counter, I think I'm onto something. Let me know if you guys can test this out more, and just let me know. But pretty much, let's get into it. What you want to do here, though, is instead of marking anybody, you're going to TM swap with somebody. You're going to TM swap with your G-Money. He's going to inflict the armor shred. He's going to crit on AoE, and that means that the DR cannot get off his AoE fear. So you just one-shot a Malak, pretty much, with your Yoda. This is a little bit of a squishier Malak, I gotta say. It's not like 200k plus. It was like around the 150, 160 mark. So if that's the case, you really want to have your... Whoa. What is that notification? But no, you gotta pretty much have, if you can't one-shot a Malak like that, you pretty much gotta have your Bashla be fastest, or be faster than a Hermit Yoda, just so you get the buffs onto your GMY, and then you get the Master Training to pretty much one-shot the Malak. But that's kind of how it's going to go. If you want to do that, it's going to take a lot more mods. With how the mods are here, it's not crazy speeds. I got a 269 Hermit Yoda. I got like a 220 GMY. Bashla in this team was lower than 200 speed. Same with G-Money. And JKR is the only one you want fast here. He's gonna need outspeed the DR team. But pretty much that's how it goes here. Like I said, this only really works versus, in my testing at least, I've done lots of tests. It only really works versus non-trooper teams or non-pre-taunter teams. So that's kind of how this one went, guys. And just to let you guys know what it looks like versus trooper teams, I'll let you guys know. I did a lot of different tests, though. And this is the team I like to try this versus, and I think I'm onto something. So let's go show it. All right, so here we go, guys. This is a team with trooper, and we're going to try to do the same thing here. We're going to get the AoE. Let's just pause it, just to let you guys know why you need the high crit chance on your JKR in these teams with a trooper, or really any pre-taunter, is because you want to force a Malak taunt so that when you do AoE crit somebody with your JKR, it's going to force a Malak taunt, and then you can TM swap your G-Money. He does an AoE, removes the force head off of DR, and then he crits and inflicts armor shred onto Malak, which pretty much does ensure you the one-shot on Malak. But the thing that I'm having issues with here is the taunt still on on Sith Trooper. Why even talk about HK? No, it's the taunt on Sith Trooper. It's really, really annoying. Anakin, the JK, would murder this team, and the issue here is really funny because I typically always can just steamroll a team like this with Trooper and no Marauder, and actually steamroll the Marauders instead of this. So it's kind of flip-flopped here, but let's just see how it goes. So we inflict the armor shred. He doesn't get his AoE fear off because we crit him. We're going to dispel the taunt and get some offense up onto GMY. And this is a team I'm trying without Hermit Yoda, just to try out some different teams. But you do some big damage. I'll show you another one I'm going to test out with Hermit Yoda instead of Jolie. I did a lot of different tests here. But pretty much, you're really, the main goal here is to really just try to one-shot Malak. But maybe there's a way to go about it where you can kind of figure out and manage the cooldowns of the DR, and maybe you can somehow inflict the 2 crits with G-Money so that He can have 2-turn cooldown on his sphere, so you don't have to be that rushed to try to kill somebody. So let's show you one without Jolene with Hermit Yoda and see how much damage we can actually do here. Alright, here you guys go. So this is the same exact team. The reason, let's just pause it again. The reason why I like I like my boy Qui-Gon here is because he can give that offense up for, I'm not sure if is it 2 to 3 turns, which is really important for our GMY so that he can really just keep the offense up and use it later on. Like I said, I'm pretty sure though that you can probably just use Basilisk on here. The reason I like either Shock T or Qui-Gon is that whenever they dispel a buff, they give out offense up, and that's really the biggest thing here. So you can dispel a ton off Trooper, and then you get offense up. So that's like the main goal of here, what I was trying to think of and try to figure out. So we're going to do that, and we crit him, so it increases AoE. Fear. We dodged it, we're going to dispel that. And we're going to do a little bit of a big hit, I think, here. Maybe we're going to try to get some... okay, we're going to get some hits applied to DRR. So I was thinking maybe I can do this, get some little bit different turn orders, but we didn't crit there with Yoda, which is kind of unfortunate. And we're going to lose him. We're going to lose our JKR here a little bit. And it's just... there's just a lot of roadblocks with this Trooper guy in here, and it's really, really annoying. And there's got to be a way, though, to get around it, I think. I haven't figured out quite yet versus Trooper teams, so if you guys really want to figure this out with me, if you guys have a lower gear G-Money with that Zeta, just let me know what you guys can figure out. So we did kill him there, but like I said, whenever he's gonna, whenever he inflicts that fear, the AoE fear, that's downhill, you lose, pretty much. That's kind of why I was testing out Jolie, so maybe we can get a quick little sneaky revive in there, but nope, never happens. So the main goal here, and what I like to kind of figure out for future counters, is, let's just get another battle here going. What I'd like to figure out for future counters is to maybe I want to test out a team, or maybe the same team, but the turn orders, maybe marking DR first, just so it increases cooldowns regardless, and then you can somehow get your G-Money fast enough to go and inflict the AoE crits, right? And the armor shot on a Malak. But the main thing here is trying to get the armor shot to land on Malak first and foremost, and to dispel the Sith Trooper taunt. Maybe the mark there can work. Maybe you got to speed up your G-Money. I don't know, but I think the counters here, guys. This is just my first initial testing I've done over the last couple days. So there you guys have it. There we go. We just pretty much one-shot him, and then we lost G-Money. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. And I think there's a team here. I need to do some more tests. But if you guys feel free and you guys want to try to your own little different variations, feel free to. Just try to, in these tests, try to not use your JKA, because he's really, in my opinion, he should really be used for a Padme team to counter a team like G-Money, maxed out G-Money team. So that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out here. And it's great. I know G-Money is a really exclusive character for now, but if you guys are like me, can't get him 7 starting time soon, maybe we can get some way, shape, or form, figure out a way for him to counter Malaks without having to bring in the other version of Anakin. So that's pretty much it. And this is already kind of a long video, but let's just sneak in some more things I want to chat about here. So, you know what? Let's just keep the video going. I did a lot of tests here. Let's try to just rewind the entire, because I did like 26 minutes of testing, like just non-stop refreshing of battles. So now what I want to chat about with you guys is the metas and G-Money. Really any meta we've had over last year. We've had JKR, we've had DR, and then we had Malak with DR meta, and that's how it's been up until now. And now G-Money's been in the game, so what's like, I would say it's around 4 metas if you want to count DR and Malak as one, and then DR by himself as one. So I think let's just say around 4 metas. So JKR, I really think that he was introduced to increase power creep, and that's really where I wouldn't say they made the most money for CG, but I really think it was, because introducing a character like of that caliber into a game like this with some other Jedi is really scary for somebody like me that's free to play. It's like, before that you have Traya, and Traya I think was still a soft counter at the time. It was not a hard counter to a JKR, and it was really, for me it was really tough to figure out a counter JKR for the first time around. And then after that guy, he just pretty much spiraled into another power creep with DR, and now Malak, and then after Malak, now we have G-Money. The power creep in this game has gone from 0 to 100 in like the last year or two. I would probably just say around a year. I don't think JKR was that big of a power creep, but it started the ball rolling. And that's the biggest thing with this game, I think. The power creep is just really crazy. And if you really want to think of how busted JK really was. I mean, he's a Jedi and Old Republic. He is by far the best leader for Jedi in the game, and I really wish there was more Jedi to kind of compete with him. But if they were to do that, guess what? They would have to make it either better or equally as good as JKR, which is really, really hard to do without breaking the game. And that's just how big the Jedi faction is, because there's so many different Jedi, with so many different things that they bring to the table. It's really hard to figure this out for, either CG or just somebody who wants to kind of introduce something like this, which is really hard to do, in my opinion. So another thing I want to chat about is not just that, but the future with metas. And is there actually a team that can beat G Money? And I think there is. And right now in the game, this guy's not even been out for a month, and there are soft counters to this guy. If you go back to DR, there were still soft counters. When you go back to Malak, there weren't as many soft counters. Yeah, you had Padme and CLS, but the same kind of from there moved over to this G Money meta with Relic 7 G Monies. There's still counters like the Padme, like the CLS, like the maxed out Sith Empire, pretty much with relics. If you don't have maxed out relics and you're fighting a maxed out relic team, or close to maxed out relics in your part, you're not going to be able to beat these teams. That's how this game is now played with metas, and that's kind of sad to see. But at the same time, I don't think it's that busted with relics. I know relics are busted, but it's really, really, really about these new leaderships like the DR and the G Monies that bust the game. That's the biggest issue I think is with the game right now. And on top of that, the whole gear crunch, the economy of the game. I've already done videos about that, but I don't think G Money will be the meta for too long, because it just I don't see it happening. I think the clones are gonna be it's gonna be a strong team, but with how these soft counters are right now with Padme, CLS, all these different soft counters, right? I think there's going to be something that will come out that will either be a hard counter to this G Money team or be equally as good. And I don't know. The whole new movie coming out, guys, I think there's going to be some First Order that are going to come out and really put a dent into this G Money clone team. If you guys want to think about a possible Jedi we could get from the movie, well, guess what? Jedi Rey might be a thing. I don't really know. Spoilers are too much. I don't know if she's going to be Jedi or Sith. I don't know. But if there is another Jedi, maybe it's going to be like a new Jedi Luke, or there's really endless possibilities here for the movie. If they introduce a new Jedi that can tie in with the JKR, well, guess what? Maybe you just reawoke in this JKR meta, and that's something that CG is really walking a fine line with these metas, because you can't really bring out a character that is too good for a Jedi tag, and you can't bring in another Sith that is too good for the DR meta. So it's really, really hard for them to figure this out. And I think what they might do here is just stick with the First Order. No Sith synergies, just First Order, but bolster the whole faction up immensely with some new characters, maybe new leadership, we don't know. And just kind of, I wouldn't say it's a hard counter to G Money, but make it so it's a lot easier. Kind of like how Padme and the Padme team was to a Malak. It wasn't busted, but it wasn't a soft counter either. It was kind of in the middle ground. It was like a medium counter, I would say, at least, with how I mod mine and how I play with mine. So that's kind of how I feel about this G Money team. I don't think he's going to be a busted team for that long. I think he's going to be busted for like the next few months until we get some more movie content with some more First Order and some more stuff. Really, it doesn't matter what they kind of bring here. I think this whole G Money thing will not last for long, and I think it was just this huge money grab to kind of finance their next move. And I think we all kind of got Sandusky here. I hate saying that word, but it really feels like we did. So thank you guys for watching. Pretty much my thoughts on metas. And I want to tie in also at the start of this video the whole this counter you're seeing right now on the screen. I think this is a cool counter. It beats up Malak teams with no Marauder, or with no Trooper, or what am I saying? It beats up teams with no Trooper that has Marauder, and it doesn't really beat up that easily teams with Trooper. The extra taunt really kind of throws it off. But that's pretty much it. What do you guys think about this whole G Money thing? And what do you guys think, well, what we might get from this next movie with like metas? And will it balance out G Money? Will it maybe overthrow G Money? Or will it just barely be better than these soft counters we have, like the Padme, like the CLS, like the Sith Empire? What are your guys' thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. And maybe you guys want to throw some teams together, maybe some different ideas to this counter here that I'm showing here on the screen. Maybe you guys can help me figure it out, because I think it's kind of there. We just got to figure it out. But thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a like, share it around, and if you guys are new here, feel free to sub. I do a lot of different videos on this game, and it would be really helpful if you guys could sub. hit that sub button. Besides that, we have a Discord. If you guys want to help, not really help, but just come join and have some fun. And if you guys can help, I can help you there. And Patreon is where you guys can help and support me there. If you guys want to, feel free to do that. Appreciate you guys a lot. Hopefully this video was a good informative video for you guys today. Thank you for watching, and guys, I will see you later.